Welcome to Athens. It's cruise time again. In just a couple of days, we'll be boarding Royal Caribbean's Voyager of the Seas. But first, we've got a couple of days to explore the Greek capital and take an unforgettable road trip through the Peloponnese Peninsula. From ancient ruins to breathtaking coastlines, you're invited to come along. So let's get started. Hi fellow travelers, we've just landed at Athens International Airport after an early start this morning. Before sunrise, we took an Uber to London Heathrow as the tube hadn't even started running yet, and we flew here with British Airways. We booked ourselves into the Club Europe cabin, so we got to enjoy a nice meal and drinks, and we even caught a bit of rest before landing. Now let's talk about getting to central Athens. If you're staying near Syntagma Square, the X95 Airport Express bus is a convenient option. There's also the metro, which is typically a bargain at just €1.20 for a single ticket. But for trips starting or ending at the airport, they charge a much higher price, €9. So if you've got big luggage like we do, then a taxi or Uber might be your best bet. Taxis from the airport to the city centre have a flat fare. It's €40 during the day and €55 between midnight and 5 a.m. That price already includes things like luggage and tolls. Well, we're in a taxi now, so comfortable, it's air conditioned. Normally we'll take the metro, but it's only €40 and we've got quite a lot of luggage and we really want to maximize our time in Athens. So, well, we went for the taxi. Well, and there we are, we're arriving at our hotel. Well, we just arrived next to the hotel. It's supposed to be a flat rate of €40, but the taxi driver tried to demand €65. He blamed like toll or some other stuff. But there was a very clear sign at the airport saying €40, and I refused to pay, and he was getting horned, and at the end he accepted €40. Well, here we are. This is our hotel in Athens, AD Athens Luxury Room and Suites. Well, one of the best things about it is it's got a rooftop garden, so we'll check it out soon. The hotel is in a fantastic location, right in an upscale area, with the Acropolis metro station just steps away. As you can see, the room is modern, clean, and comes with almost con, air conditioning, a mini fridge, Wi-Fi, and more. Well, this is the rooftop of our hotel, and as you can see, it is in a fantastic location. The Acropolis and the Parthenon is just behind us. And the breakfast will be served here, so I'm looking forward to that. More for the view than the food, but hopefully the food will be great too. Well, now that we've settled into our room, it's time to head out and explore Athens. We've been here a couple of times already, so we're skipping the usual attractions like Acropolis and Parthenon this time round. But of course, we can't miss the iconic view of them, so we're heading up a nearby hill for a sunset view. Philopappos Hill is said to be one of the best vantage points in Athens, where you can see both the Acropolis and other major landmarks. To get there, you can walk here, or you can take a hop-on, hop-off bus. Over there is what's believed to be Socrates' prison, where he was supposedly held before his trial. On the other side, this is the church of Agios Dimitrios Lombardiaris. It's a beautiful little church with a timber roof, marble floors, and the lingering scent of incense. This church actually has a fascinating history. In 1648, a miracle reportedly happened here. The Turks were about to fire a cannon on worshippers in this church, but the gunner was killed by lightning, saving the whole congregation. Well, halfway up the hill, the view is looking quite amazing already. We're almost at the top now. The view is getting really good. Oh wow, this is gonna be stunning. Be prepared. Look at that. Oh, this is the place to see the sunset. So that was Muses Hill. It's not quite the summit yet. The summit is a little bit further in front. That's the Philopappos monument. We're gonna head there to have a look. Well, here we are at the summit of Philopappos Hill. Here, you get a 360 views of Athens. There's the Acropolis there, and behind us, you got the Philopappos monument, and you can actually see the sea over there as well. From Philopappos Hill, you get an incredible view of the Acropolis, the ancient heart of Athens. The word Acropolis literally means high city, and while many Greek cities had one, this is the most famous of them all. At its center is the Parthenon, built in the 5th century BC as a temple to Athena, the city patron's goddess. Around it are other significant structures, like the Erechtheion with its elegant caryatid statues, and the temple of Athena Nike, which once stood guard over the main entrance. From this side, you can also see the Odeon of Herodes Atticus, a Roman theatre that's still used today for concerts and performances. I've visited the Acropolis up close before, but seeing it from a distance like this is completely different. From here, you really get a sense of how it towers over the modern city, just as it has for more than 2,000 years. By the way, if you would like to visit Acropolis and the Parthenon, I do recommend booking your tickets online to avoid queuing for them. When I checked, I was actually shocked to see how much the prices have gone up for these tickets. As we get closer to sunset, more and more people are arriving here at Philopappos Hill. It's clearly the place to be at this time of day. The Acropolis looks incredible as the sun drops lower. That soft golden light makes it almost glow. And if you look out in the distance, you can even spot Piraeus Port and the Saronic Gulf. Well, after watching that beautiful sunset, it's now time for dinner. We've made a reservation at Elaia. I've ordered a lamb kaftico, whereas Steve has gone for a gyros. Right, let's try out this lamb kaftico. It's actually described by the waiter as a lamb shank. It's quite good. Well, after all the food, we got back to the hotel and we made it to the rooftop to see Acropolis at night. It's beautifully lit now. Well, we had a very early start this morning, so for now, we're saying good night and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, good morning, Athens. We've just gone to the rooftop for breakfast. Well, what a lovely way to have breakfast with Acropolis in view. Just got back to the room from the breakfast at the rooftop. Now we got to pack all our stuff away, and next we'll be hiring a car at Hearst, which is actually just a few minutes walk from the hotel. Right, off to get our car. Right, we got to Hearst and we just sorted out all the paperwork, so we're just waiting for it to be delivered outside. We actually booked a one-way rental and we'll be returning the car at their office at Piraeus Port 24 hours later, where we'll be boarding Voyagers of the Seas. With the car, we're gonna drive over to the Peloponnese Peninsula to explore some interesting places. Our first stop is literally the gateway to the Peloponnese, the magnificent Corinth Canal. I've read and seen so many cool videos about it, and this is a stop we just had to make. Well, welcome to the Corinth Canal. Completed in 1893 and cut out from solid rock, this canal dramatically shortened the journey for ships, cutting through the narrow isthmus that separates the Peloponnese from mainland Greece. Before the construction of the canal, ancient Greeks used to drag ships across rollers built on a paved slipway. The canal is 6.4 kilometers long and only 24.6 meters wide, and it connects the Ionian Sea on the west side to the Aegean Sea on the east. The rock walls on either side are up to 80 meters high. Every year, over 10,000 boats and cruise ships sail down the canal as not to navigate the 700 kilometers around Greece to get from one ocean to the other. Unfortunately, the 23 meters wide canal is now too narrow for most modern cruise ships. With the canal being so narrow, it operates a one-way system. Ships enter in one direction in convoy until they all come through, and then the authorities open up the other end. Now you might be wondering, can ships just sail through the canal on their own? Not quite. Due to its narrowness and limited depth, large vessels like cargo ships and tankers often need a helping hand. That's where tugboats come into play. These little boats guide the ships, ensuring they navigate the tight turns and stay on course without hitting the sides. Now, I would have loved to take you on a Corinth Canal cruise, but unfortunately, the sightseeing cruise only run on Saturdays and Monday, so we'll have to save that for another trip. If you've been enjoying this vlog or finding the info useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos from our epic Mediterranean cruise. I'd love to have you along for the adventure. Before we left, we noticed a few people bungee jumping from the bridge. It looked thrilling and probably a little terrifying. If you're up for an adrenaline rush, this could be an unforgettable way to experience the canal from a very different perspective. Now we are going to drive to Epidaurus, where there are two remarkable attractions there, each unique and awe-inspiring in its own way. Next, we are diving into the past, literally. We're heading to the ancient sunken city of Epidaurus. This site offers a whole different kind of adventure, where history meets the sea. It's located on the Gliati beach in ancient Epidaurus. The location is at the end of a cul-de-sac. To get to the sunken city, you'll want to park your car at Athena Tavern, which is right next to the beach. Well, you then walk towards the left past the tavern. After about 15 meters walk, you will come to a pebbly beach where there is a sign telling you this is the sunken city. Before you head out, here are a few tips. Definitely bring your own snorkeling gear and water shoes. The beach is pebbly, so those water shoes will make walking a lot easier. And remember, the ruins are fragile, so avoid standing on top of the walls. Welcome to the sunken city of Epidaurus. Epidaurus was once a flourishing ancient city, renowned for its sanctuary of Asclepius, the god of medicine. But what makes this site unique is that part of the city now lies beneath the crystal clear waters of the Saronic Gulf. Over time, rising sea levels submerged these ancient ruins, creating a once-of-a-kind underwater museum. The ruins were discovered in the water from a hot air balloon in 1971, and in 1998, the area was declared an archaeological site. Right, that's probably enough time flying the drone. Now, let's get in the water and do some snorkeling so we can see the ruins up close. Well, I just got back from the snorkeling to the sunken city of Epidaurus, swimming over the ruins of old stone walls, mosaic floors and columns that have stood the test of time. That's just amazing. The water here is incredibly clear, making it easy to spot these fascinating relics from the past. Well, Steve just come back from the snorkeling to the sunken city of Epidaurus as well. Well, let's find out what he thinks about the experience.
Right. I think it's something quite important to say for anybody who's, like me, has some anxieties about getting into water. This is completely safe. You never get out of your depth. And having said that, what it is an extraordinary experience. It sort of made me think a bit like going to Pompeii, but doing it underwater. You're seeing all this really old stuff, very well preserved, but you're looking down from it from the surface of the water. Really quite a unique experience, and I'm very glad I did it.
After exploring the sunken city, we just had enough time to squeeze in one more highlight. A short drive inland brought us to the ancient archaeological site of Epidaurus, home to one of the most famous theatres in the world. So we just got in. The admission here is €12 per ticket. It also includes entry to the archaeological site as well as the museums. Well, behind me, this is the ancient theatre of Epidaurus. It's one of the most iconic and beautifully preserved sites in all of Greece. Just look at this place. It's absolutely breathtaking. This theatre isn't just for the show, it's still in use today. Every year, during the Athens and Epidaurus festival, the theatre comes alive with plays and performances, drawing in over 12,000 spectators. Can you imagine watching a performance in a setting like this? The theatre dates back to the 4th century BC, and it was built by an architect called Polykeitos the Young. It's a 54-tiered amphitheatre made of limestone, and is ingeniously built to amplify sound from the stage. Okay, we'll test how good the acoustics are here. I'm at the very top of the amphitheatre, and Steve's down in the center of the stage with no microphone. Let's see if we can hear him.
Hi, this is Steve in the auditorium on the centre spot. I'm running a kick from here.
That was amazing, wasn't it? Indeed, I could hear Steve. That's because the design of the seats and the natural slope of the hills mean that even the quietest whisper from the stage can be heard clearly from the very top rows. We tried it the other way around too. This time, Steve stayed up top, while I went down to the center of the stage to see if it worked just as well. Well, it's Ken here. I wonder if you can hear me.
I heard that, did you?
Epidaurus isn't just known for its theatre. It's also famous as the birthplace of Asclepius, the son of Apollo and the god of healing. Inside the archaeological museum, you'll find statues of Asclepius. He's usually depicted with a serpent, symbolizing rejuvenation and renewal. The museum is full of fascinating artifacts, including reconstruction of temples, columns, and lots of sculptures that really bring the history of this place to life. Now, besides the amphitheatre and the museum, there's also a large archaeological site to explore. It was getting late and approaching closing time, so we had to move quickly. But we managed to see a few highlights, including the ancient stadium and the ruins of the temple of Asclepios. And just a short walk from the museum, you will find the ancient stadium, built in the 5th century BC to host athletic games. This is the Catagongion, built in the late 4th century BC, and it provided accommodation to the numerous visitors of the sanctuary, pilgrims, patients, and their companions. So in some way, this is like a hostel. Well, finally, we've come to the temple of Asclepius. In this soft sunset light, the ruins look absolutely stunning. What a beautiful way to end our visit here. Look at these beautiful Doric columns of a temple. It's amazing. Wow, what a day. I hope this video gave you some great ideas for your own visit to Athens. And let me tell you, there's even more to explore in the nearby Peloponnese Peninsula. If you're curious about other spots in Greece or want to follow the rest of this cruise, watch one of these videos next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you over there. Ciao!